After Shravanam, listening, comes Mananam. Mananam ಅಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಒಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That is the Mananam aspect of any knowledge. And the final and the most important aspect is Nididhyasanam. Unless we have practiced the knowledge, knowledge is not ours. It still belongs to the book. It still belongs to that Rishi in the Kathopanishad. It still belongs to the teacher who is teaching. Only when we have not just heard, not just thought about it, but started practicing that knowledge in our lives, the knowledge truly becomes ours. Till then, the knowledge is only borrowed knowledge. First it was in the pustaka, then it got into our mastaka. If it stops there, pustaka means reading, shravanam. Mastaka means thinking, mananam. But more than pustaka and mastaka, it should become a part of us through nididhyasana. And that is the final conclusion of any knowledge. A person who carries a food in the tiffin box and walks a long distance gets tired after some time, and the box is also heavy and person is also tired. But when the person eats the food and digests it, the box is light and the person is strong. That is how knowledge which is being carried in books or even in the head is a burden. But that knowledge which gets digested and becomes a part of us, like the food gets digested and the energy, the rasa, becomes a part of us, then we are truly benefited from that knowledge. That is why it is said, raso vaisaha. That is like rasa, that is like the essence. The essence is what has to be retained. Kasa, or the unwanted things, have to go out. These words, these arguments, these debates, this memorization by rote, all these can be discarded. At the end, what should remain within us? That rasa, or the essence of entire Upanishad, should become a part of us. How does it become a part of us? When we truly practice that in our daily lives. Now, one of these chapters, one valli we have studied so far. And in that, there are great truths that have been presented. It is said, yasyayam kritarthasya lakshanani tasyayam sadhakasya sadhanani. That which are the qualities of a perfected being, they are the ones that are to be practiced by a seeker. So Nachiketa in the very first valli shows us what are the various things that one sadhaka must have in order to attain wisdom. From the shraddha in the rituals, in the beliefs of how to do things, how one should not do. That is when he goes up to his father and says, what you are doing is not right. And then he is so honest. He tells his father, this is not right, this will take you to hell, not the heaven that you are desiring. Please think a little bit. So he tells his father, he is not lying, he is not mincing words. And then he feels bad for his father who asks him to leave. Because he understands his father has done it in a huff, in a moment of anger. Father does not really mean harm to him. Nevertheless, he follows his father's word. So he is very compassionate towards his father. He has not become angry. And then the 3 days, he waits for Yama. He does not go away. Because he decides that unless I get the knowledge, I must not go away. And he decides, and when he is feeling for it so very intensely, obviously he cannot enjoy food and drink. His interests are not in food and drink and rest. So even when the Yama servants offer, he has not had any food or drinks. He just waits. That is his one pointed focus. Till I've achieved that, how can I enjoy? How can I be comfortable? I must have that one, and only after that will I eat something. It's like a tapas, like upavasa. He's waiting for 3 nights. And then finally, when it comes to asking, he asks about his father's happiness. The one who has cursed him, he asks the happiness for that person. He asks the right way that the other people also who seek this path of heaven and happiness may also get it. So he learns the vidya for that, so that he could share it for others. And finally, for himself, he asks only this, that I don't want any of the other things. I do not even want to go to heaven. All I want to know is the truth of our existence, the truth of all existence. That is how he concludes the first Valli. I am also teaching aṣṭāvakragītā to those people who have at least seen some more years of life than you, and then those who have gone through those ups and downs of life more than you. So aṣṭāvakragītā, it starts with Maharaja Janaka asking the great sage Astavakra. Astavakra is only probably 10 to 12 years old at that time. Plus he had 8 bends in the body. He looks very ugly because his father had cursed him. The story you can listen or learn later, but the essence is when 12-year-old Astavakra is seated on the throne and Janaka, who is a very elderly, very big king, humbly sits at the feet of Astavakra and seeks knowledge from him. And what knowledge? Not about how to expand my territories, how to win more kingdoms, what should be my strategy for the next year's tax collection, how to make my people richer and prosperous, or how to live long and happy, healthy. None of these things he asks. Janaka asks only one thing. He says, Katham jnanam vapnoti. How do I attain that highest knowledge? Katham muktir bhavishyati. How do I attain freedom? Mukti means freedom. Freedom from everything. I'm free. How do I attain that? And vairagyam cha katham praptam. How do I get detachment, dispassion? Etad bruhi mama prabho. O Lord, he's asking the 12-year-old boy, O Lord, you are the master, you know it. Age does not matter, wisdom matters. Therefore you know it and you are the Lord, you are the master. I sit at your feet and seek these things. Tell me how can I attain the highest knowledge? Tell me how can I become free, and tell me how I can become detached. Truth is that all the three are not different. The moment you attain knowledge, you become free and also you get detached. It's all one, it's not different. Therefore, he asks these questions, and in the same sequence, our Astavakra replies. And the very first thing he says is this, very first opening Astavakra he says, Muktim ichhasi chetat. If you really want mukti. Moksha means what? Mohakshaya, dispassion. No attachment to anything, not even to your own name and fame. When Swami starts that process, then it's very painful. No, I don't want to be carved into an idol. I will rather be a piece of stone lying somewhere around. Don't chisel me. Don't hammer me. Don't change me. It's painful. I run away. So that is why Astavakra is also very clever. For 12 years, Janaka has been doing yajnas there, collecting all kinds of scholars who have been teaching all kinds of knowledge there. But he has not attained the highest knowledge. It's Astavakra in which he sees a true Brahmagyani he sees. And therefore, when he asks, Astavakra also is very smart. He says, Yadi, if cheta means if, muktim ichhasi chetat, if you really want moksha and you're not simply asking for the sake of entertainment, but you want enlightenment, then vishaya vishavatyaja. Give up all the vishayas. Vishayas means all the things of the world. Attachment to them, desire for them, ambitions. Give up how? Just as you would give up poison. You would not wait. Somebody offers you poison, you will not say, I would like to have a little more or a little less. I don't want it. It's poison after all. Less or more does not matter. It's poison at the end. So you will immediately discard it. Likewise, immediately discard knowing that all this is visha, that is poison. And what else he says? He says, Kshama, Arjava, Daya, Tosha, Satyam, Piyushavat Bhaja. So the worldliness or worldly attachments and desires are poisonous. So discard them at once. Don't even wait. And what should you consume then? If I don't drink poison, then what else I should drink? Coffee, tea? No. He says, Piyusha, Amruta, you drink nectar, you drink ambrosia. And what is that ambrosia? What is that nectar? He says, Kshama, forbearance, forgiveness. Arjava, honesty, straightforwardness. Daya, compassion. Tosha, santosha, means contentment. And satyam, truth. Piyushavat bhaja, drink it as you drink nectar. While drinking nectar, we don't have a problem. We can happily drink it. So if you say, I cannot follow forgiveness, I cannot follow compassion, it's difficult for me to be honest and straightforward. It's difficult for me to be contented. I can't practice truth at all times. Then you're not realizing the value of what you're getting. While drinking a nice, good drink, you don't have to suffer. Likewise, following these good principles, you should not be suffering. If you think it's a suffering to practice this, it means you have not understood what it is. So he says, if you are really interested in moksha, two things you must do. First, give up all the sense-related pleasures, vishaya. What see, hear, touch, smell, taste, and all kinds of things. So should I stop eating food? Should I stop sleeping? No, no, no. Narada Bhakti Sutta says, Sharira avadharana, that till you are bearing the body, till you are carrying this body, for that sake you do what is required. Feed it as appropriate it is. Don't feed unnecessarily, don't feed overfeeding, you do not do. Don't eat things which are not useful for your spiritual growth. So discriminate and feed. Similarly, sleep in time, wake up in time, don't oversleep. Similarly, all the other things of the body, cleaning it, bathing it, and eyes, ears, nose, skin, tongue, all these to be used within limits of dharma. So with that you live, that is not a problem, but beyond that it becomes desires. So if you see, he has only asked Janaka just 5 things. Can you practice these 5 first? First you give up all the negative, and then positive side, these are the 5. Like some teacher told students, now is examination time, you people all should stop playing too much and now give up all this wasting time. So children followed, they gave up playing, stopped wasting time, in the sense stopped sleeping too much and this and that. Exams got over, the students failed. The teacher asked, why did you fail? I told you not to waste too much of time. So he said, you only told us what not to do, but you didn't tell us what to do. You didn't tell us you have to study during that time, not simply sit. So Astavakra tells, first give up vishayas, and then you practice these things also. So don't simply sit idling away. I have nothing to do with the world, this and that, and then sit in one corner and do nothing, laze around. No, 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 you have to practice some other things. And that's why he says, now you look at Nachiketa's life. All these 5 qualities are completely manifesting in a young boy, Nachiketa. Kshama. Whatever his father said, he agreed to it. He didn't argue, he didn't debate. Kshama, and forgive his father. He did not go to Yama with anger in his heart for his father. Kshama. Arjava, honesty, straightforwardness. When father was doing wrong, he was straightforward. He was honest. He went up to his father and said, no, what you're doing is wrong. I don't think you should do it. And he did not say it because he wanted to say it. He said, Anupashya yatha purve, pratipashya yatha pare. Observe what our forefathers have done. Observe what your contemporaries are doing. And then only you decide to do whatever you want. Because our lives are so temporary. Sasyamiva pachyate, martya pachyate. Means we die and we get digested like corn or a grain or grass. And sasyamiva punarjayate. Again we are born like that. So why do you want to get attached to things? Try and analyze. Viveki, he is able to discriminate. So he tells his father, straightforwardness, arjava, daya. After going to Yama also, in his heart, what is he having? My father should not be unhappy. He should sleep peacefully. He must be suffering without me, having cursed me. Compassion. Therefore he asked the first boon, please let my father be at peace. First boon, daya. Santosha. He's so satisfied with whatever Yama is telling, he doesn't want it. He says, I don't want any of these things. I'm happy with what I have. I don't want more and more and more and more. In fact, Yama tempts him. Of the earth, if it's not enough, I'll give you what comes from heavens too, which is not possible for one to attain. But he says, no, I'm happy with what I am. All these are api sarva jivam alpameva. All life is short only. That's why yuktavaiva vaha tava nitya gita. You keep it to yourself. And also I've seen shobhava. I have doubts that with what exists today will exist tomorrow or not. Is discriminated. And then what does he say? That therefore sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha. All the senses will be drained of all their energy and vitality if I keep using them so much. Using them to seek pleasures. Therefore I have discriminated. Na tarpaniyo vittam manushya. All this vitta will not go and help you. All this wealth is never. So therefore, I do not want all these things. I just want this one thing. Please tell me the truth. Satyam. Shama arjavadaya tosha satyam piyushavad bhaja. Only when a sadhaka has practiced this, what? Vishayan vishavatyaja, when he has given up all the ideas of senses and sensual pleasures and all kinds of silly ambitions in life, and also practice these good things. We went to Himalayas sometime. A lot of sannyasis will be roaming around there. They have all kashayam, vastram and long hair and things like that, matted locks. And when you go there, some of them are smoking, some of them are drinking, some of them, all kinds of things they are doing. It means what they have done the first part, so to say, Vishavat Tyaja, means they have given up family, they have given up jobs, they have given up all kinds of attachments to the world. They don't have a house, they don't have a car, they don't have bank balances. They don't worry about all these things. But then where they land up in? Another kind of sickness it is. So you come out of one fever and get into another. That's not the right way. So this you have to practice the good things also. Giving up the bad things is only one part. That is why Tyaja Durjana Samsargam is the first part. Bhaja Sadhu Samagamam is the second part. If you don't do the second part, then the first part will not be effective. Because sooner or later you will go back to your old vasanas. So Tyaja Durjana Samsargam, Bhaja Sadhu Samagamam, give up the company of the bad and join the company of the good. Both are important. Then Kuru Punya Mahoratram, night and day you do good deeds. Don't do bad deeds. Because you're in good company, you will do good deeds. Satsangatve Nissangatvam. Therefore, also remember Smara Nityam Anityatam. What is real, what is unreal, what will be there tomorrow, what will not be there tomorrow. That is what we have with Nitya Nitya Viveka. So our Nachiketa is a perfect example of a seeker. He has given up Vishayan Vishavat, like poison, he has given up worldly pleasures. And on the other side, he's practiced these great 5 values which Aṣṭāvakragītā teaches Janaka. He says, if you have done all this, then let's begin understanding the higher truths. And Nachiketa has done all this. And therefore now Yama is ready to teach him the truth. He has checked on Nachiketa, tested him, tried him, and found him deserving. And now he says, let us begin the knowledge of the highest self. And how does it begin? He goes step by step by step. So this is where the actual Upanishad begins now. So Shankaracharya in his commentary, he says in Bhashyam, Shankara Bhashyam says, Upanishad is made of 3 things. The one word Upanishad is made of 3. 2 are prefixes and 1 is the actual root word. Upa, Ni and Shad. 3 are there. Upa means near, like Upavasa, come near. Nihi means Nishchayena, with determination, with confirm, with conviction. That kind of determination you should get near. Upa, Ni. And Shat is the actual dhatu. And Shat dhatu has 3 meanings according to Shankaracharya. 3 meanings are, one is Gati, one is Himsa, and one is Avasadana. Gati means movement and also it means destiny. Now Gati, Mati, Gati, I keep saying, Ya Mati Sa Gatir Bhavet. Gati means a destiny or destination or movement towards that destination is also called Gati. Himsa means destruction, Nasha. And Avasadana means loosening or untying, like you untie your shoelace. That is Avasadana. So Upanishad means get near with determination and receive what? Either destruction or your destiny or loosening of a knot. Now what is this loosening of a knot? What is this destiny? What is this destruction? So he says it destroys all your wrong ideas about yourselves first. What is the wrong idea? I am this body, I am the mind. Like yesterday we heard, I am the hardware, I am the software, you think. No, you are beyond that. You are that very electricity which makes all these things come alive. You are not hardware, software. Likewise, the first thing it does is destroys your notions about yourselves. So look at it, what notions got destroyed in the first Valli of Kathopanishad for you? that world matters, all this wealth matters, and all these heavens matter, and we should attain all this. All this got destroyed, or is it still there? At least intellectually it should get destroyed. That no, it means something more than this matters. This is not what truly matters. It has its own role to play. Food, sleep, little wealth, security, family, all these has roles to play. But beyond that it is no use. Beyond that there is something else. So first illusion got destroyed is this is all life is about. Kana, pina, sona, marna. This is not life. This is not life. There is beyond that. That is the first illusion that got destroyed. Ignorance got destroyed. Then what happens? Himsa happened. Now, avasadana. Avasadana means loosening. All your grip, all your mind's grip on you, your grip of senses on you. Senses will decide what you should do. You cannot decide. You see an extra dosa, tongue will say, eat it, eat it. Stomach says, stop it, stop it. I can't digest anymore. Tongue, no, eat it, it's very tasty. Stomach is saying, no, I don't want to take it. Still your tongue wins the battle, you swallow it, it goes to the stomach develops a stomach pain, then you go to the hostel warden. Sir, stomach pain, I can't attend classes. I need to sleep. So you have destroyed your own self because of your own desires. So in limit, dosa was good, healthy, but out of limit it becomes unhealthy. Same dosa becomes poison. So this is the idea of Vishaya. Vishaya and Visha are same dhatu. Visha means poison, Vishaya means poisonous. So the worldly things are called poisonous because beyond a certain limit they become dangerous. See, vaccines are okay. Vaccines are also what? They are all the same virus inside the vaccine, a very, very diluted form, homeopathy. Vaccines are there. And then when you take it, because it's in such a diluted form, your body develops its own system, the antibodies, to fight the antigens, and then fight and develop the immunity for it. But beyond a limit, what happens? It destroys you. So like that, Vishayas are like that vaccine. It is poison. Very limited, it helps us to develop control. But little more, you are destroyed. So vaccination. So Vishaya and Vishayatyaja, he has done that. So this avasadana helps you. Avasadana is a process of untying. If you have tied a knot, you have to sit and untie it also. So we have tied all these knots around ourselves. I am the body, I am the mind, I need all these money, wealth, name, fame, power, position, family relation, friendships. This is what makes me happy. This wrong notion is being destroyed, and this tightly that you are bound to this idea is being slowly loosened. You should feel this when you are reading Upanishad. You should feel internally that it's happening, yes. I'm listening and I'm doing chintana or manana, and then slowly I can feel that the grip of these senses and mind on me and my wrong notions about what life is, all this is getting destroyed and loosened. You should feel like that. When you do nididhyasana, you'll feel this. And gati. Gati means a movement towards your ultimate destination. It has begun. You feel that you are now on a path. Now you have started taking baby steps towards a higher goal of life. Goal is not just to graduate, get a job and find enjoyments in life and die one day. You have understood the goal is higher than that, greater than that. These three things, if they are happening, then you are really studying Upanishads. If these three things are not happening in you in the last 3 days, you haven't felt this change, you haven't felt this new feeling inside you of destruction of your old illusions, of loosening of your Hridaya Granthi, means all these ideas of life which you had, they are getting loosened, the grip is getting weaker, and that you feel that you have started moving in the right direction. So far you were going in the wrong direction or just going in circles. You must believe now the gati, the movement has begun inside, in the right direction, not the outside. You are not going to search for God in temples anymore. You are going to search for God within yourself, the movement. You are going in the right direction. One, the destruction of all our illusions about what life and life's goals are all about, which Nachiketa has very well taught us. Himsa. Second, avasadana, all the grip of our mind and senses on us. We do as our body. Don't wake up, sleep another 10 minutes. No, now we are in control. Wake up, don't laze around. Eat one more dosa. No, you have eaten enough. Let's go and chat a little bit. No, it's a waste of time. This is how you should be able to develop control. The grip of your mind and senses on you should loosen now. And third thing, as I said, Gati, a movement should begin within yourself. You should feel that now you are turning inwards. You are able to sit with yourself longer. You are able to do chintana longer. Earlier it was not the case. It's very easy to go and sing God's glory with your mouth outside. But keep quiet and enjoy the presence of God within is very difficult. That's why everybody is interested in doing seva outside, bhajana outside, sankirtana outside. Tell them to sit down for 10 minutes and turn within, they can't sit. That is why these three things are there: karma, upasana and jnana. Karma means all these bhajana, bhakti, seve, ella karmagali. But what for? Shankaracharya says, chittasya shuddhaye karma. Only for purification. No other effects will come of just doing seva, other than purifying your heart and making it a little more pure and selfless. Erdenedo, ekagri arthe upasana. We should develop one-pointedness, focus. For that sake, meditation. Thinking of God and not thinking of other things in life. That is bhakti. But with that also you don't realize God. Third one is there, mokshartam brahma vidya. Shankaracharya says, mokshartam. Ultimately, if you want to realize freedom, brahma vidya alone will help you. Iti vedanta dindima. This is the declaration of Vedanta. So you all have done seva, good. You are purer than what you were before. You are also doing meditation, bhajan and whatever, focus on God, good. You will be less distracted than before. These two are important for you to ultimately receive the wisdom, highest wisdom. Like Nachiketa, who had already finished all these qualifications. All that had happened, therefore now Nachiketa is ready to receive the Upanishadic wisdom. So now the real Upanishad begins with the second Valli. So let us look at it. So now Yama is starting from the very basics, alphabets, let's say like that. The alphabet of spirituality, the very primary or KG level instructions are coming now. And from there it will further go into the highest and highest and highest. Anyat shreyo, anyadutaiva preyah, te ubhe nanarthe, purusham sinitaha, tayoh shreya, adadanasya sadhu, bhavati hiyate, arthadya upreyo vinite. So now we'll understand meaning by meaning. So Yama has started instructing. As I said, these are very basics of life he is teaching. He says, dear Nachiketa, there are two things, Shreya and Preya. Anyat Shreya, Anyat Eva Preya. Shreya is different and Preya is different. These are the two things. What is Shreya? Shreya is that which is Shreyaskara, means which brings good, which is good. And what is Preya? Priyakara, which is pleasant, comfortable. So these are the two things in life that come to every person. That which is good but may not be pleasant. That which is pleasant but may not be good. So Anyat Shreya, Anyat Eva Preya. These two you understand. Ubhe, both of them, Nana Arthe Purusham Sinita, for different reason. Nana Arthe. Arthe means like Vidyarthi wants Vidya is the Artha. Like that. Nana Arthe, for various reasons, these two, they come for different reasons. They are different from each other. Purusham, the person, Sinita, they bind. They bind, both bind. Remember this very important word. Shreya also binds you, Preya also binds you. Shreya means doing good. Preya means doing what you like. What you like is not always good. What is good may not be always what you like. So these are the two things that appear in front of a person. Both have a different purpose, but nevertheless both bind the people. Tayoho, amongst them, amongst the two, Shreya, the good path, adadanasya sadhu. When you accept the good path, choose to do the good things, you become a sadhu. Sadhu means a noble person, a good person. Bhavati. Hiyate artha means all the good that you want to attain in life, artha. Artha is not merely finances, Artha Shastra. No. Artha means anything that you want to attain, like Vidyarthi has to attain Vidya. So Vidyarthi's Artha is Vidya. Sukharthi's Artha is Sukha. Like that, whatever to be achieved in life, hiyate, gets destroyed. For whom? Ya'u preyo vrinite, the one who chooses pleasures or pleasant things over good things. See, basic spirituality. You have two things to choose from at every point in life. One that is good, may not be comfortable, may not be what you like, may not be pleasant. Maybe also. Other is the pleasant, the easy, the comfortable, the one you like. But that may not be the best thing to do. But yet you end up doing that, thinking you'll gain something out of it. It may give you some temporary pleasure. But ultimately what happens? Hiyate arthat. All that you actually are supposed to attain in life, that all will be destroyed by this prayer. Once Vivekananda ji was there in US, in those days when hippie culture was at its peak. So somebody asked Vivekananda, I drink and I will also enjoy. I also get into that samadhi, what you are talking about. Spirituality gives you. These people who are drinking and roaming around, so those people were, somebody said like that. And this Swamiji said, yes, I understand that if you take an intoxicant, you also get a high. No doubt about it. So he says, so why should I do all this meditation and do all these sadhana and purity? Anyway, I can just take a peg and I am high. I enjoy the same bliss as you are enjoying with all these efforts. He said, yes. But when you come out of that high, you are a scoundrel, whereas when I come out of the high, I am a saint. That is the difference between us. The way you enjoy this intoxication and with using these intoxicants, you come out a scoundrel from that experience. You are back to worse state of mind than what you were before. But when a person who does meditation, does practices of spiritual austerities, he gets a high, he gets intoxicated, matto bhavati. From his intoxication, if he comes out also, he comes out a saint, not a scoundrel. Ultimately, Vedas, Upanishads declare, we are ananda pipasu. Our nature is to attain happiness. We all want happiness. This is anybody who says, I don't want happiness in life. Everybody wants happiness. You drink coffee, get addicted to coffee. First time you drink a whitish coffee. Next time it becomes brownish. Third time it becomes blackish. Last time there is no coffee, only like ragi mudde you drink coffee. So thick. Where did this come from? Because first time you drank, you felt nice. A narcotic, has caffeine in it. You enjoy a little bit. It feels pleasure. Next time that is not enough. Your dosage has to increase. And next even more till it becomes a thick, really just a thick paste that you are leaking. So basically you are not drinking coffee. You are enjoying the caffeine in it. This is what is the prayo marga. Feels pleasurable and immediate, instant gratification. As our Tiger would say, America is all about fast car, fast wealth, everything fast there. And similarly, fast death. But India is not about that. India is about Shreyo Marga. From the beginning, our ancestors, our saints and sages knew man's mind is like this. It runs behind instant pleasures. In this instant world today, instant 21st century world, everything we want fast. If internet takes more than 2-3 seconds, we get angry. How much time it takes to download this? If our food comes late in the hotel we have ordered, 5 minutes late, you are boiling. Why? How can your service be so bad? Wait in a queue, not possible. Nothing is possible. Patience is over. Little sickness comes, immediately pop in pills one after the other because you can't even bear that sickness for a while. Everything has to be sorted out instantly, immediately. This is all prayo marga, instant gratification. But Shreyo Marga is not like that. It teaches you how to be patient so that your results are everlasting, not temporary. Prayo will give temporary results, temporary happiness or pleasures, but perennial pain, everlasting misery. Whereas Shreyo Marga teaches you, instantly we may not experience the pleasure, but it will give you an everlasting happiness. This is what the difference between Shreyo and Prayo Marga is. Whereas somebody who works his way up honestly, ultimately reaches there and stays there. This Prayo Marga people will reach up and come down equally fast. But Shreyo Marga people will go up slowly but stay there forever. So our students and everybody at this point in life, there are many decisions to be made, small and big. You must remember that every decision has two aspects. One is śreyas and one is preyas. And you must always choose śreyas over preyas, not just you choose it once. Always, 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 without making a mistake. That is character. When somebody asks, what is character? Doing the right thing always is character. It's as simple as that. The ability to do the right always is character. At all times, in all places, in all situations. That is character. So Shreya belongs to only those who have this character within them. Others are all loose characters or characterless. Who choose preya are characterless people. Who choose Shreya are the people with character. So that is the very first basic requisite for Atma Vidya. See, it begins very practically. You thought this is going to be some kind of a methodology where we will start meditating and suddenly some light will appear and then some beings will appear and then you'll have some sensations and that's how Brahma Vidya will come. No, 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 no. This is how Brahma Vidya comes. Starts with choosing the right and discarding the wrong. Vishayan Vishavatyaja and Shama Arjavdaya Tosha Satyam Piyushavat Bhaja. It starts with the very basics of life. Forget meditation and going here and there. Start here and now, where in your own life as you are today. Start choosing Shreya over Preyo. That is the very beginning of spiritual progress. Otherwise, you can choose what you will come out as, scoundrel or a saint, according to Vivekananda. Now the next shloka, the second one, it continues to define it further. Śreyascha preyascha manushyameta tau samparitya vivinakti dhiraha Shreyo hi dhiro bhi preyaso vrunite preyo mando yogakshemad vrunite. Śreyascha preyascha. Shreya and preya. Just now we heard the good and the pleasant. Manushyam etaha. They come in front of the man. Tau, both of them. Samparitya. Samparitya means by observing carefully. The first thing we learnt about Nachiketa is what? He was very observant. Is it right? Is it not right? So samparitya vivinakti, separate it. Observe it carefully, analyze it and separate it. That this is Shreya and that is Preya. And who can do that? Adhiraha. This is the first time this word is getting introduced and this word will reappear in all Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, in Kathopanishad itself. Several times this word Dhiraha will come. Dhiraha means the one who has the dhi or the buddhi, the right discrimination. That is Dhira. So this Dhira is the discriminating one who chooses. The right over wrong is a Dhira. Now we learn that good and pleasant will come in front of us every time. They have their own reasons to come. The one who chooses the good over the pleasant becomes a sadhu, the other one becomes a scoundrel. To that extent we are clear. The second one says that when these two come in front of a person, how do they come? They don't come separately. Here I am Śreyas, here I am Preyas. No. They come mixed, like milk and water. You can't separate milk and water, can you, so easily? You have to boil it and all the water has to go, then you distill it and collect it in another vessel. That's how you can separate. Otherwise, there is no way you can see and separate it. So what is that? Samparitya vivinakti dhira. He observes carefully and separates it. Just like you have to separate milk and water. So it's not an easy process. That's what he's trying to say. Samparitya vivinakti dhira means to separate Śreyas for preyas itself is a skill. You think it's very easy, I understand. No, you don't understand. It is a skill. Or many mistakes which you would have made by choosing wrongly, finally you will realize which is Śreyas, which is preyas. On the day when you don't realize. Many times you will make mistakes, suffer and then realize last time I made the mistakes, I must have chosen preyas only. I thought it is Śreyas. It's preyas only. Because preyas will lead to sorrow, it is said. Initial happiness, ultimate sorrow.